Youth. I love the youth. I've always been a youthful kind of guy. Always related better with those who are younger than I am. And I've always had that kind of youthful personality, as most people have kind of told me. And so I have a fun-loving personality. And so I kind of connect with the youth really well. I love kids. I love spending time with them. I have 7 nieces and nephews, and I just love spending time with them and spending all day just talking about things, watching them discover things about this world that God has done. And so I've always had this interest in young professionals thing as they're walking through life and learning about life and how to deal with life in a godly way. I've always had a burden for that. And I think part of it also is that back in the day when I was a kid, not a lot of people would pay attention, to me. I always felt like I was this burden that kids should be seen and not heard, that we'll put them in Sunday school and they're kind of doing the thing, but the big people, the adults, they do, the important stuff. And that really offended me back then. And it actually caused me, before I hated Asian people. I really hated Asian people. All my friends were like white and black and Hispanic and this and stuff. And so it's only by God's grace He totally transformed me. And now I'm here in Taiwan, and I love Taiwan, and I love the Taiwan people. So that's another story for another time. But all that to say is that I know what it means to feel marginalized. I know what it means to feel like being labeled as the kid and not knowing and being dismissive of that. And I have this burden to really speak to them and say, no, look, you matter. Like, God loves you. God made you, and He loves you, and you have His attention. Like, He sees you. He loves you, that He has your attention, that He always sees you. And in all of our social media, we look and we see how we can get attention from people, even from our parents, because they're so busy. My dad worked 2 jobs. He never, to get us through life, and I never really saw him a lot. And I was always craving that attention, and I wanted his attention, and I always would try and seek it. And then I'd try and find it in other things, and I'd try and find it in performance. And if I could do better, then maybe they'll pay attention to me. Or that if I would do well in work, then they would pay attention to me, or that I would get the adoration and the fame or whatever it is that I needed or I felt like I had to get. And here is God saying, my child, you have my attention. I am here. I am fully present, and I see you. I see you. And you don't have to go anywhere else. You don't have to go and find it in a boyfriend or girlfriend or even a wife. You can find it in me. All the love that you need is right here. And I want to say this to the youth. Say, look, there's a God that loves you. There's a Father who loves you. If you wouldn't just know Him as I've grown to know Him, you'll find life is different. And you'll find life is full. John 10:10. He has come to give us life and give us life abundantly. That's what He wants for us. He doesn't want to give us a life that's just boring and we just a lot of don't do. No, He's like, look, there is life, and I want to give it to you. And I see you, I hear you. You matter to me. And what matters to you matters to me. Really. And so I'm here to help youth encounter this kind of love, this kind of Father who is such a generous and loving Father. Not like our fathers. Our fathers are great, all our fathers, but they're all broken. We're all human. And they all have their shortcomings. And God's like, no, I have no shortcoming. I am the perfect Father. I love perfectly, and I love you.